Hey, how you doing? This is George with Truck Driver Nation. What I'm gonna go over real quick is our Truck Driver Nation recruiter offer for everybody that wants to be a recruiter because we've got people calling in, they want to be recruiters, and we mainly teach freight dispatching. And recruiting is actually not that time intensive like learning how to be a freight dispatcher. So what we're gonna go over real quick is, what we have to offer in this field, and that way you can easily access it. Now, once you go to truckdrivernation.com, this is going to be our homepage, correct? So, what you're going to do is go to right here. You see the top menu across the bar. You're going to do the drop down. Okay. So when you drop it down, bring it, you'll see it'll actually be all the way like this, right? So you need to scroll down to the bottom and you'll come to the recruiter certification. Okay. Once you hit the recruiter certification, it's going to kick over to the Truck Driver Nation recruiter certification course. And after you get this course done, obviously we do offer you benefits as far as if you want to be a freight dispatcher, because it's the easiest thing to get into. There ain't no licensure, nothing like that required, but the overall aspect of us teaching you, because I do mentor you on how to actually recruit a truck driver, because some of the truck drivers, depending on what they want, could be a various avenue, but it's based on the profile of the given carriers that we recruit for. And we have a lot of benefits in this, and you make really great money because the majority of the money goes to the driver recruiter because you're literally dealing with the driver all times from the initial, um, uh, contact that you have with that driver all the way through the application process, all the way through the point where they go all the way to orientation. So that being said, what you want to do is you want to scroll down. And so right here, it literally tells you which modules we'll give you, and you'll obviously complete these. And because we want to make sure, now you're gonna need mentorship. There ain't no way to get around that. And the way I do mentorship, I do it in basically virtually because I don't really do classrooms for driver recruiting. Um, Now, obviously, if you don't want to work with us and actually recruit for us, there are some companies that I can obviously suggest that I know they do hire driver recruiters. But anyways, let's go on down through here. So you're going to have modules. These modules each have particular lessons in each one. And then at the end of each section, the module one is the only one I don't have a test on, right? Module two, you'll have a quick quiz on that one. And then module three, and then module four, and then module five, and then on module six, this will be actually where you're starting to actually you're done. Okay. Um, with this here, I don't even really give an assessment because it's just not really necessary. If you want an assessment, I can easily give you some test questions. That's not a problem. But I'm going to know enough about you because you're going to interact with me on this because I just make it a one-on-one because I don't do classes. But once you get this completed, this is the different things we have. If you need scripts, email templates, carrier out onboarding checklists, and apply with, obviously, we want you to apply to us as well. Because if you want to work with us, we provide you all your leads, and we got plenty of leads. And if you actually become a driver recruiter, I will show you a lot of tricks that will do you very well in the avenue of, further down the road, to how this industry really works. And also even how to get carriers because carriers you get, you actually make money off of them. And obviously, you've board carriers. If you run them through Truck Driver Nation, any of the recruiters that we have that recruit for you, then you make something even off when they recruit the carrier for other carrier. And we also, we'll go over the profiles and I'll show you what the profiles mean because every carrier has its own unique profile for what they're actually hiring for. Obviously, the final assessment. So what I do is I just basically give you roughly about 10 base scenario questions, and I just ask them because if you're answering them to me, because we might have to discuss them a little bit, but you're good to go. Like I said, this is not that hard, but it's a 45-minute session that usually this, and I base the 45 minutes. That's usually what it takes people to get through all this with. It may take a little bit longer because some people actually have to slow down if they've never had no experience in transportation, and that's not a problem. And after that, so what you way you get signed up is you go up here to the top. This is your $75 one-time course fee. I do, if you actually answer all the questions right, basically, if you get 9 out of 10, I'm going to give you a certification. So that way you have something to show that you did attend a freight dispatching course. And I've got a lot of years on I mean, on not freight dispatching, but driver recruiting. I've got a lot of years being a driver recruiter. So it'll definitely benefit you. Don't hesitate about asking me questions when it comes to driver recruiting. But it's very challenging in the sense that you're going to meet a lot of different personalities and you're going to be dealing with different carriers. All the ones that I do are basically really quick. You can do the mega carriers as well, and we do have access to those. But we'll discuss that as we go through the process. And there's actually a bonus. And I'll discuss this with you. If you're actually working with Truck Driver Nation, we do have bonuses based on what you do. Even if you don't get a driver for a particular period, but if you've got enough applications in, we're going to give you a bonus. But that's if you're working with Truck Driver Nation, and you do have to sign a no compete and no and a confidentiality contract because the way we do business needs to stay inside of our company because we don't want you giving away our strategies to actually help get drivers boarded. But anyways, I'm going to kind of leave it at that. I hope this helps you in the sense of understanding what we have to offer you as a driver recruiter to get certified and obviously get the moving on actually, you know, bo recruiting truck drivers for the different carriers. But anyways, if you have questions, I'm gonna leave the contact information down below. Please make sure you get a hold of us, phone or email or whatever. But if you're interested in the freight dispatcher course, that's going to be toward the front section. It's a totally different course. Driver recruiting and freight dispatching it has nothing to do with each other to some degree. Is it all intertwined within the same business of logistics? Absolutely. But it just depends on which section that you want to do because some people can do all of them. I do all of them, but I've been doing this a long time. But for those that just want to concentrate on one section at a time or whatever you're doing logistics, this is a very inexpensive way to start out inside the logistics industry. But anyways, I'll kind of leave it there at that. And I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you get in contact with us with here at Truck Driver Nation. Have a blessed day, and we look forward to helping you become a successful a successful driver recruiter. Thank you so much.